May this sacred stone protect him as it has all the pharaohs. O great river, I entrust this life to you and to the good graces of Sobek, and in the eternal current of time, to awareness.
I'm gonna need your help. You wanna come up here?
All right.
Come on, hurry up!
I'm coming, I'm coming.
Check your seatbelt, Happy.
Oh! Hang on, Happy. What do I do now?
You just keep it steady.
What do I do?
Nothing. Just try to keep it
What
steady.
do you mean, nothing? What are you doing?
Nothing a little surgery can't fix. Okay, let me get my tools. How's everything going?
Good.
There it is. I see the problem. We just have a little leak. Grip this line here.
What if I can't pull off a forced landing?
Keep it steady. Hold it steady. You're doing fine. Tanya International Airport. Picturesque place, huh? It's hell on earth. Looks like we got ourselves a welcoming committee.
You know these people?
Oh! Get up! Come on!
Mrs. L. James?
Yes.
That's our son Happy here.
So, you're here to do some sightseeing?
Oh, yeah, they want to spend a couple weeks in the Abbey Gorge, see the water.
Yes. Yes. And take some photographs, I see.
Yes, the animals and the gorgeous scenery.
What did that man do?
What?
What did that man do?
No papers. In this country, that's a very serious offense. Though not as serious as having false papers. He's just an ignorant shepherd. But you can't be too careful. There are lots of shufters around here.
Anti-government rebels.
Common street thieves masquerading as
Yes,
patriots.
sir.
Steer clear of them. And steer clear of all military installations if you want to take your beautiful cameras home with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, Colonel. No problem there.
Same goes for your beautiful selves, too. Goodbye.
Right this way. Here we go. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Hopper,
Sir.
your papers.
It's just, just a little nervous about that landing, Colonel. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Here we go. Right in here.
Wait! What's that?
What?
That!
Oh, that. It's just a computer.
Well, here, let me show you.
Up! Up! Get up! You! Up!
Why would you need one of those on a sightseeing safari?
Well, it's very...
Have you ever played the Apocalypse Tomb of Doom? You're dead before you even start, and then evil spirits come back to haunt you.
Ah!
Hey!
Yes, that's good! That's good! That's good! Yeah! There you got it! This is good! Yes! Got him! Shut up! Look at that! Bang! 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 Got you! Yes!
Damn good fun. Wouldn't mind keeping it for myself. Just joking. What do I look like? A thief? Be careful. It isn't a computer game out there. Bullets are real. People die.
Where is the prisoner? What? Get him! You let him get away. Come on! Hey, you looking at me? Find him! Don't argue now! Move! Come on!
He's over there, running away! This way, towards the body!
Find him! Come on! Come on! Find him!
Tessie.
Nick, Mrs. Elgemin's son. Boris, this is Mrs. Elgemin's son. Boris will be your guide to the gorge.
Enchanté. So went to see the Abbey Gorge, huh?
Boris.
Nick Harper.
Long time.
Not long enough. Everything ready?
Yes, the luggage just has to be put
So
in.
get moving!
It's a hell of a ride. We better be going now.
That way!
No go here. Yes, Harper and his guests have arrived. They've just crossed the border. traveling with false papers.
Guess what, Mahout? Your foolproof plan fooled no one. Mr. Harper and his party have landed, and they're headed towards the Abbey Gorge.
I don't understand. I was assured that the plane would be in pieces in half an hour. Mr. Schiller, these glyphs are straightforward. I don't understand why the computer won't read them.
Let me try some. Oh, this is such an outdated protection program. So simple to override, it's sad.
I tell you, there is nothing at the gorge. I've surveyed the area myself, and the only inhabitants are a cloistered sect of Coptic monks. You couldn't bury a dog bone there, much less mimosas, sarcophagus, and 20 tacks of treasure.
Oh, in that case, none of us know what we're doing. Call Cruz. Tell him I want that helicopter up.
Yes, Mr. Schiller.
The roads in this country aren't worth a damn. These morons don't even know how to fill a pothole. No use complaining, young man.
Those tank tracks I see.
There's all kind of traffic these days. Army, rebels. Then you have the foreign oil companies drilling holes all over the place. Not as if a little oil money wouldn't solve a few problems.
This is a beautiful country, but it's been ravaged by years of drought and starvation. The military uses hunger as a weapon. The longer the people remain ignorant and starving, the easier it is to control them.
Shut up! Shut up! If anybody heard you criticize the regime, I'd lose my license. Just because you have some fancy American degree in economics, it doesn't mean you can threaten my well-being.
Why don't we pull over here, Boris? We'll camp here.
As good a place as any, I suppose. Your choice. Don't just sit around. Move it. Set up camp. Fight!
Come on out of there now.
Are you crazy? Don't you realize what he is? He's a bloody rebel, a shufta! You get us all shot, you stupid woman!
Please, I'm going. I don't want to take any more chances. I have friends in the mountains. No go won't find me there.
You're not going anywhere. You've lost too much blood. Get the first aid kit, please.
You're bloody mad!
Thank you. I promise I will return the favor when we have rid our country of this terrible regime. No, Miss Tesse, I don't have time. But I will never forget your help.
Ah, so this was your idea. One step further, and I'll shoot you like the dog you are!
Calm down, Boris. It means nothing to you.
I'm turning him in.
Oh, I see. Well, that's a good idea. And while you're at it, don't forget to tell the colonel that you're the one who drove him here. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. Meanwhile, we'll just set up camp.
Still a wise guy. Huh, Nick? Get the fires going!
perfect. Just as I had imagined it. You have done well, Taita.
In keeping with your wishes, Great Egypt, your shroud will be decorated using images from the Book of the Dead, with only precious stones, lapis, sapphires, amethyst, and purest gold.
You have exceeded my expectations, Taita. You have performed me a great service, one which I must now reward in kind. Approach your pharaoh, humble instrument. I bestow upon you the gold of praise.
Amazing. Never in the entire history of this very Egypt had this highest mark of royal favor been granted to a lowly slave. I was gaining new respect in the world.
And I have my own gift for you. You knelt before me a royal slave. Now rise a free man. This is your deed of manumission, prepared by the scribes of the court. From this day forward, you are no longer the servant of any master or mistress. You are a free man.
My lady, please. My tongue was a rock in my mouth as I contemplated a life excluded from my lady Lostrous. One moment my future was soaring, the next it was stricken from me.
Be happy in this new freedom your mistress has given you.
How could I ever be happy again? She had cast me aside.
My lady, I beg you to reconsider this token of generosity.
Why? When I have offered you the most precious gift that is within my power to give.
All I want is the right to serve you all the days of my life. And instead, you inflict me with the most dire of punishments.
It is not a punishment. It is meant as a reward. Please, don't you understand? I sought only to honor you as a king has honored you.
Please, let me tear this piece of foolery to shreds. Take me back into your service. Let me stand behind you where I belong. Mistress, I will never know happiness again.
Stop it, Taita. You are breaking my heart.
Please, rescind this deed, I beg you. Give me your permission to destroy it. Say it.
Yes. I promise to keep you a slave. Never to sell you, nor to set you free.
Thank you.
Unless, of course, you annoy me again.
Heavy gorge just ahead.
What you people want with this hellhole, I never understand. Nothing to photograph, nothing to see, nothing to do. Just a bunch of crazy monks.
Actually, we want to visit them in that crazy monastery.
Hell of a climb and waste of time.
It's fantastic!
Listen to that.
Monks making their pilgrimage to St. Frumen's tomb.
New sacred sites were routinely constructed over old ones.
Tomb? What tomb?
St. Frumen is who this monastery was dedicated to, isn't it?
Yes. But they won't let you anywhere near it. Not during Timkat.
Timkat, Ethiopian Epiphany, the most holy week in the Coptic calendar.
You have no time standing around here chatting. Go back to the camp. And try to cook a decent meal for a change. The tomb is the Holy of Holies. You've got no chance.
We'll find a way.
What would Dad have done?
Colonel, come in these bodies.
No go here.
What's your location?
Dandera Gorge.
That doesn't figure.
No, Colonel, I haven't figured it out either. All I know, they're not here for a picnic.
Yeah.
Colonel, I smell money. Big, big money.
Nice friends you have, Nick.
Yeah? Remember my first name?
Oh no, I've had more than enough.
And I wouldn't exactly call him a friend, more like an acquaintance.
If he's such a brood, why does she stay with him?
He saved her life once, I guess. She feels she owes him.
What happened to her?
Her father was arrested by the regime. He's still a political prisoner on death row, and they looted her house, killed her mother, and she was out on the streets. Boris took her in.
Out of the frying pan?
Yeah, I'll say.
How do you know so much about her?
I met her a couple years ago when I was down here with the ride. And, I thought she was very funny. She made me laugh. And I needed to laugh at the time.
You needed to laugh?
I was married once. I met this girl when I was in college. Her name was Lindsay, and we got married in our senior year. She supported us while I was going to graduate school. After I graduated, I got a great job up in Connecticut, teaching anthropology. We had a little girl, Samantha. Precious, beautiful little girl. And then, one day I was working late and got a phone call. There was a car accident. Sammy was killed.
I'm sorry.
3.5 years old. You know, but it tore us apart. I just quit my job and took a plane to Cairo. That's where I met the ride. It's funny. He always said I was running away, and you know, I always knew he was right. I really was running away, but I never admitted it.
Did you ever try to go back?
No, she's happily married now and has 3 kids. I'm happy for her. It's funny about life, isn't it? You know, just one day everything is perfect, and then next day it just all falls apart.
flying!
They fly around all day long doing surveys. They're a pest.
Come on! You're wasting my time!
Mom, I've seen those decals on that helicopter before.
Where?
Remember the men who blew up our car?
Yeah?
They had them on their helmets.
You sure?
The man taking photographs. He looked familiar too.
Hello, Cruz. Did you find anything? He's going to be very interested when he sees this. Good. He's been waiting for you. Good.
You remind me of myself at your age. Ambitious, ruthless.
You've softened up since then.
We'll see. Soon the world will be talking about Pharaoh Mamos. And when they do, there's only one name they can utter in the same breath. And that's...
Grant Schiller.
Bingo.
Egyptologist extraordinaire. We make a perfect team, my love.
Damn it. Come in.
Did you find them?
They've set up camp in the gorge. I caught them on the trail to the monastery. We were close enough to shake hands.
Now, Newt, are you sure there's nothing going on up at that monastery?
The oldest relics are from the 1300s.
So you're saying they come all this way on a wild goose chase?
She's right. Harper's kept ahead of us one step all the time. We better keep an eye on him.
If you really want to go up there and waste your time, then Tesse will show you the way. And if you have anything valuable, you better leave it here. Those religious nuts would pilfer anything.
Oh, I think we'll be safe.
I'll wait here in the shade.
Not too many places like this left in the world. This old and still standing.
Please wait.
My child. Welcome. Blessed be the Lord. I hear you traveled far to celebrate Timcat. Welcome to St. Frumance. Please, this way.
Is he the abbot?
No, head deacon. His name is Boysa.
As you know, St. Frumant was one of the earliest Christian martyrs. The monastery was built over his tomb.
When was that?
Oh, more than 1,000 years ago.
Where exactly is this tomb?
Inside the crypt, our blessed forefathers built to venerate him. I will take you.
Look! The sign! The sign! The sign! You have the sign! You are the chosen one!
Camray, do not bother our visitors, please.
You have the sign!
You are the chosen one.
I am sorry. The child is not blessed with all his capacities.
The serpent god protects him. You are the chosen one.
Tamray, please, get out of here! Get out of here! Please, you, take him out!
No. He has a sign! The river god speaks to
Please.
him! The sign!
Please, I ask
the
you,
river god speaks to
take him away!
What was he talking about? River god, serpent god?
No, nothing. Just ancient local legends. We try to educate them in the true faith. But it's always very difficult to eliminate the silly superstitions. God bless the poor souls.
May the blessed spirit of St. Froman be with you throughout the sacred time of Timcat. And where do you come from, daughter, that you follow the true path?
I am part Egyptian of the old religion, Father.
The Egyptians and Ethiopians, they are brothers and sisters. And you, my son, are you willing to bestow a token of your graces on St. Froman at this joyous time?
Donation, yeah. Donation. There you go.
St. Froman will not forget your act of selflessness, my son.
Look, the stone in the middle. It's the blue jewel. Broken-winged falcon.
Taita's here.
The tombstone is there behind the altar. The tablet, Holy of Holies.
We found it. This is the place.
What is this? Who are you? Are you ghost or man?
Great Egypt, I'm a man, not a ghost. I come to account for the duty laid upon me on this day of your wedding.
10.
This man was banned for 2 years. Oh, great Pharaoh, he has ignored your royal decree.
6 months ago, you charged me with the destruction of the shrikes that threatened the very life of this state. I led my soldiers, the Blue Squadron, into the deserts and the wild places to seek out these villains in their secret lairs. We slew them in their thousands. We broke the power of these unworthy barons. Yet there remains one infidel who still calls himself a shrike.
Give me his name.
This traitor, divine Pharaoh, stands unashamedly beside your throne. There, wearing the gold of praise around his throat. There is your infidel. There is your shrike, you know as Lord Intef.
The desert sun has burned his brain. The poor man has gone mad. There's no single truth in his ravings.
Lord Tanos, have you proof?
Proof? Not I, my king. But there are others who may be inspired to speak out. I beg you, royal Egypt, ask your people if there is but one here who can come forth and bring proof to help us.
Pharaoh, this is provocation. My enemies will come out of the shadows and attack me.
They will bear false witness against you at their peril. My people, citizens of Thebes, can any of you bring forth evidence of substance against this noble man? If so, I charge you to speak.
All his life, Pharaoh had laid trust in Lord Intef. He wanted to believe his innocence. Yet no sensible citizen wishing to live out the day would dare step forward and condemn him on Tanis's evidence. On the other hand, none had been subjected to such brutality at his hands as I.
I am Taita. I was once in the service of Lord Intef. I have evidence I wish to show you, Your Majesty.
Taita the physician, you may approach. Taita the slave, you are warned that if your words prove frivolous or lack the substance of proof, the strangling rope awaits you.
For half a lifetime, I was scribe and treasurer to the Grand Vizier. I kept records of his fortunes, profits, and expenses. And I gathered the bounty the Baron Shrikes paid him. All this information I recorded on scrolls in my own hand.
Can you present these scrolls?
No, Your Majesty, I cannot. They are still in the possession of Lord Intef. However, I can lead you to the fortune that was stolen from you and the people.
My king! The city of Savaka has fallen to the Herza force and is now under the command of Tegus Salitus, and his army is marching upon Abnab.
Your Majesty, the battle goes against us.
Lord Tanis! Lord Tanis! Egypt has fallen to the Hyksos! You must come quickly. A pharaoh is dying.
I salute you and your queen.
But where is my queen, Lostris?
I am here, my lord.
Lostris, it is finished. The Hyksos have defeated us, and they will pillage and plunder all the treasures of my Egypt. Lostris, my generals will defend you on your long journey up the Great Nile to my tomb. But only the one of them shall be given the command as your personal protector. My most loyal and most trusted officer, Tanos.
I shall protect your queen, O great Egypt, as you bid. I shall lead her safely to your final destination. I swear this upon my honor and upon my life.
And now, Taita, I am ready for you and for whatever the gods have ordained.
This will ease your suffering, Your Majesty.
And so the great Pharaoh Memos passed on. With his death, the hallowed title of Pharaoh of Divine Egypt passed to my mistress, Queen Lostrous.
No. Don't freeze on me now. Hun.
The river god has chosen you. The river god will protect you for all time.
What are you doing here?
I came to see you, oh chosen one. What is that? That thing you're peering into? Whose face was it I saw?
Just a silly video game.
Video game? What is that? Oh, chosen one.
Stop calling me that.
The pendant. It is an omen.
Omen? I don't understand what you mean.
From thousands of years ago. Signs.
Signs? Like the bird on Jolly Hoda's crown?
The Bruce Stone. It is a stone of enfrument.
Yes. How old is it? Where did it come from?
They found it in the tomb. It is very old.
Have you ever seen inside it? The tomb. You can tell me, I won't tell the priest.
Only once. The other boys dared me. It was very scary. St. Frument's ghost is there, but I didn't see it. Only pictures.
What are you doing here? Wouldn't they be wondering what happened to you?
Mom, Tim raised him inside the tomb. He's seen pictures like the bird with the broken wing.
Happy, we'll take your friend back, and if you'd like, you can show us what you've seen.
I'll go get Nick.
Jolly Whore had the only key to the tomb. How did you get in there?
We stole the key from him one night after he had drunk too much katikala.
What's katikala?
Holy water.
It looked like the river did run through here at some point.
Sure does.
Shh, keep it down.
Have you seen Nick or Royan? Royan? Happy?
The priests are at early morning vespers. We must be very quick.
Come with me. Why can't you be a good woman to me, huh?
Do anything to her and you will beg to die.
This is your game. I should have known from the first minute. Believe me, I kill her.
What are you afraid of? Didn't you save my life the other day?
wait here. I'll go in and borrow the key. Come with me.
Let's go have a look at that lock.
Let's see, that doesn't look too difficult.
I suppose you've had a lot of experience doing this.
No, this is my first time. Listen to this. Here lie the holy remains of Saint Frumen, discovered 913 AD.
It says the same thing here in Aramaic.
Look at this.
No motor, it's not fixed.
Let's have a look.
Nick, Taita did this. It's his designs, his taste, his craftsmanship. His signature is everywhere.
Who's ever buried here is no saint, I'll tell you that.
I am Thanos, commander of 10,000 chariots.
Look at this. It's a life filled with death and destruction. Thanos, commander of all the armies of Egypt. Oh boy, were those monks way off base when they thought they discovered the tomb of a saint.
Well, they knew they had found a holy place, but they had to be able to translate hieroglyphics in order to figure out the rest. It's because of their faith that this place is so beautifully preserved. Taita's sealed, and this is his letter to us. Vulture soars to greet the sun. The jackal howls and turns on tail. The river flows towards the earth. Beware, you seekers of the flail. Let the wrath of the gods descend upon you. Nick, this is the column that points the way to the tomb.
And which way is that?
Listen, this is the last time I'm telling you. Hurry up!
This way. Don't push me, please. Please don't push me.
Are you sure this is the way?
I've told you it is.
Come on. Move, you bag of
Yes,
bones.
I keep telling you.
This is Alcella. We meet at last. Pleasure is all mine. Nick, nice to see you again. This is my partner, Miss Valentino. Let's,
Well. If
If it isn't Nahud Kudabi.
Royan, it's good to see you again. I could explain, but...
I'm sure you're an expert at explaining.
How the hell do you find us every time?
We've got you to thank. You saved us enormous amount of work.
Wait a second, I had nothing to do with this. I'm not the one who betrayed Dorai. He is.
That doesn't mean you wouldn't betray me.
It's tough for a woman to be alone in the world, Mrs. Alsima. That's why I have Schiller.
What about Happy? What did you do to him?
Enough idle chatter. Destiny and history await us. Let's get the tomb open. Gina, get the camera ready.
No, 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 no. God's wrath will come upon you, and you will be cursed forevermore.
Shut up!
Get back. Harper, make yourself useful. Come on. None of this makes any sense.
What about the treasure? Where are the riches of the ages?
Most died a pauper. The legends are just lies.
We'll get nowhere with them, Grant. Let's get rid of them and figure it out on our own. Cruz!
No, wait. Is this some kind of a setup? I mean, this is for you to claim all this?
Shoot us and you'll never know, Schiller.
We're going back to base camp. Cruz, arrange to take the sarcophagus and everyone back. Yes, sir. Nahut, you stay here. So you can make some sense of these inscriptions.
Yes, Mr. Schiller.
We'll look at the seventh scroll together. Now.
Nahut, give me the gun.
You will all be cursed. You will all be cursed. You will all be cursed. Do you hear me? You will all be cursed!
Chance for both of us, Nick.
That's what I call traveling in first class.
We flew it in. Mr. Schiller likes his privacy, and he goes to great lengths to make sure he gets it. In, move!
Where's Happy? He's obviously not here.
He's a smart kid. He'll be all right.
How much do you know about all this, Nick?
How much do I know? I don't know anything. You don't believe me, do you?
We're so close, I can feel it. Try to help me.
You keep an eye out over there.
That was your idea in Cairo, wasn't it? That there's a column that points the way to the river. Yeah. Brilliant intuition, sure I'd be very proud of you. If anyone can show us the way to Mimosa's real tomb, it's you, Ryan. I'm sure of it.
So you think there is another tomb?
Oh yeah, I do. But I also think something went terribly wrong, and for some reason I think they switched the Pharaoh's body with Tanos' body.
But why?
Oh, I was sort of counting on you to figure that out.
Mr. Harper, Mr. Schiller wants to talk to you. Now.
Mom! Mom!
Happy? I'm here. I'm here.
Hang in there, Mom. Come on. One more thing. Can you drive?
Drive? If it is your godly wish.
I hope you and Mrs. Alsum are comfortable in your new quarters.
Oh yeah, top shelf. Thank you for your concern. Who do I have to thank for the in-flight entertainment, you?
With that goon in charge? You were never in any real danger.
Mr. Harper, welcome to Pegasus. All the comforts of home. As soon as you and the lady decide to work for us, all this will be yours.
For a guy who's made billions in telecommunications, you just aren't getting my message, are you?
Okay. Have you ever driven before?
No.
Okay. First, let's turn the key. Okay, good. Now, put it in first gear. Push the gas pedal. Go, go! Come on!
He was my friend, too. They were only supposed to take research materials.
What's that racket? Stop him! Someone stop him!
Over here.
Stop! 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 Move over, young man.
Hey, man, you saved me. I owe you. Big time.
I wonder where they could be.
Probably out looking for us.
Maybe they got worried and sent for help.
I hope Tessie is okay.
Porter said Boris left alone.
You better head back to the monastery before they send a search party out for you, and thanks for your help.
You'll make a first-class racing driver.
Thank you. Well, that didn't take him long. Grab your things. Let's get a move on. Come on! Come on, Abby!
father has been our inspiration. His beliefs, his suffering for freedom. It keeps us all going. It's a miracle he's still alive.
It's no miracle. I made a bargain with Boris. Boris has contacts in the government. Crooked deals with different officials. He said that he'd use his contacts to see that my father wasn't sentenced to death. But only if I...
Bastard.
Yet my father is still alive. Even though he's in a tiny cell. In terrible conditions.
You've been living in a kind of prison cell, too.
You can't even imagine.
Well, that's all over with now. Brusilov is not the only one with government connections, Tessay. Will you stay with us?
Where is my gun? Where is my gun? Shufta bastard! Get this bitch! Грязная сука! But I am telling you, they are nothing but a bunch of liars.
Do you think I don't know that? Harper's not the sort of man who wastes his time taking tourist sightseeing.
They found something at the monastery, and now they are off up country. Colonel, whatever they are up to, it is against the laws in this country, right?
Since when have you been so concerned about the law? All right. What do you want me to do about it?
I want you to arrest this Nick Harper. And the Shufta bastard McNemore put a bullet right through his head. I'll make it worth your while.
There must be a pretty big pot of gold for you to go to these lengths. This time I want my full share. Understood?
Colonel, my friend. Have vodka.
No.
Great Falls.
Beautiful.
I don't know, Ryan. There's just no way boats coming up from Thebes could have gotten this far upriver.
Well, if you were Tahita, determined to confuse the likes of us, where would you build a tomb?
Well, hell, I'd build it further upriver beyond the falls, but how could they have gotten there?
Well, on foot, like we are.
Carrying the sarcophagus and all that treasure, I don't know.
Well, it seems like child's play compared to building pyramids.
You got a point there.
Don't move!
Mom! Mom, hurry! I can't hold on!
Take my hand! Oh, Happy!
The great funeral cortege of Pharaoh Mamos left our beloved city of Thebes just before the arrival of the Hyksos hordes, led by the traitorous Lord Intef. The royal noblemen, priests, citizens, and soldiers of the court followed my Queen Lostris, hauling the huge golden sarcophagus across the plains of Egypt and up into the barren lands and the upper cataracts of the River Nile.
My lady, there is no sign of a pursuit from the Hyksos army. They are probably too busy sacking our beloved city of Thebes.
One day we will return and regain it, Lord Tanis.
As I watched these two beautiful people, so much in love, my heart went out to them, for their destinies could only end in tragedy. They could have changed the course of history for the great Egypt, but the mazes told me otherwise.
We're safe from prying eyes here, my queen.
Why do you call me that? For you I am, and always shall be Lostris. The same Lostris you swore eternal love to.
I am a soldier. You are the widow of the pharaoh whom I swore allegiance to.
I was compelled to accept that marriage, and I did so without fault. I always kept my true feelings and desires in the deepest recesses of my heart.
Years. Can you imagine what we're looking at? The Pharaoh Mamos himself.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Don't touch it!
Don't talk to me like that, Grant.
You have no idea. You don't understand. He's been dead for 4,000 years. Now he's being reborn. Brought into the 21st century. By me. As I immortalize him, I immortalize myself.
Oh, yes. You'll be known forever as the man who almost discovered the largest store of treasure known to man. Your name will disappear under the dust of history, Grant, and Harper and that woman will be the true heroes.
Cruz, keep that helicopter on surveillance for 24 hours.
Yes, Mr. Schiller.
Look at this. Listen to this. At the end of the journey to the deep snaking belly, death unites, life divided. What does that mean?
At the end of the journey, in the depths of the serpent's belly, death unites forever that which life divided. Well, the second part is manageable. Life divided their love, but death brought them back together.
It's kind of sad, huh?
But the first part, the serpent's belly, inside something that snakes. A tunnel in the earth?
The serpent is the river.
What?
The serpent is the river.
The serpent is the river. Now, they did use the serpent as a form to represent the god of the river Nile.
Surely it doesn't mean the bottom of the Nile. I mean, if Taita has ditched the sarcophagus and all the treasure, we'll never find anything. And anyway, why would he do anything like that?
Who knows why? Maybe there was a war or something. For whatever reason, they buried the treasure at the bottom of the Nile to save it from being looted. But if they did that, I'm sure he would have built a tomb.
It's obvious. And he was the inventor of the scuba gear, and he built the whole thing underwater.
That's funny.
There is a wall there, under the waterfall.
What do you mean?
I was sucked under, and I started swimming. I hit a stone wall. Holes cut in it, helped me come back to surface.
Holes?
Smooth and square, like they'd been hollowed out, like a ladder. I know it sounds weird, but that's what happened. I swear.
A tomb at the bottom of the Nile.
Looks like I'm gonna have myself a little swim.
Here we go. This ought to get me to the bottom.
Some scuba gear would come in handy at this point in time.
Nah, that wouldn't be any fun. Gonna wish me luck?
Good luck, Nick. We'll be waiting for you.
Take care, Nick. That's my middle name. I'll be right back.
He's a good guy, Bob.
Well, I'm getting used to him. Can you see him?
No.
It's been nearly 2 minutes.
You know the world record is 7.
Hey!
I'm glad you did not die down there. Now I'll have the pleasure of doing the job all myself.
Just wondering, Boris, is killing me included in the fee I pay for your services?
No extra charges. Call it a fair exchange for what happened to Tessie.
Well, let me guess. You beat her to death and it's my fault.
No. Shuftas beat her to death. But it is your fault, Nick Harper!
What?
Stupid woman. She followed you. And then she went off with this Shufta bastard you insisted on helping, McNemur.
Could be she's finally showing a little taste in men, Boris. You ever consider that?
He kidnapped her! Now I hope that sits well on your conscience. Next time you decide to go missing, you let me know.
Okay. Speaking of missing, you wouldn't happen to know where Roy and Happy are, would you?
They are in the hands of the authorities. Colonel Nogo. He's looking for you too. Somebody told him you forged their papers.
Now, you didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
Did you get him?
No, but he's not far downriver.
All right.
A pleasure to see you again, Mr. Harper. You're going to a lot of trouble for a few tourist snapshots.
Well, you know what they say. Picture's worth 1,000 hieroglyphics.
May I ask what you're really looking for?
UFOs.
Oh! Don't get smart, Harper. Answer Colonel Nogo or I'll break your legs.
I advise you to tell the truth. Your guests are under arrest back at my camp for a very serious crime. Now, what were you looking for under the water?
A 4,000-year-old pharaoh's tomb, which I believe to be completely submerged and untouched.
Bullshit.
I didn't expect you to believe me. But come to think of it, I could use your help in stopping someone else from getting to it first. Might be a treasure down there.
I don't have the time to find out if you're lying. But you will tell the truth back at my camp.
Don't want to be in your shoes.
That makes two of us.
Move! Back to the helicopter. Move! Go ahead! It's time for me to take out that piece of trash. Go! Go!
Happy landing.
Nick! Hi. How are you? How they treat you?
Like royalty. What about you?
Okay.
I wish someone had told me how dangerous this mission would be.
Well, you can't say I didn't try to warn you.
I never thought it would end with this wild goose chase.
Not exactly.
What do you mean?
You saw the ladder in the wall?
I also saw hieroglyphics carved in the wall, in the top of what looked like an entrance or something. And then I ran out of air and I had to come up. I'll tell you, that Tahiti guy wasn't kidding when he swore he'd build a tomb that no one would ever find. I mean, what better place than under a waterfalls? And I bet those square holes that were carved in the wall were used for scaffolding or something like that.
Yeah, but how? How did they stay long enough underwater to build a tomb? I mean, slaves have to breathe, you know.
Maybe there was a drought. The river could have dried up.
Or maybe he just stopped the river.
Stopped the river?
I know. I know how he did it. Like this. This is the Nile River. Here's the waterfall. He built a dam right here.
We changed the course of the river.
And then it would join back up later on downstream.
Which means that somewhere above the falls, Taita found a place to build a dam.
I guess we're just gonna have to have a look at that place.
And I'm sure if we explain everything to Nogo, he'll let us walk right out of here.
Get in the Jeep!
Get in quick!
Okay, Mom. Start her up! Nick, come on, Nick! Make it! Come on! Yeah! Go! Go!
Militia camps. What would Harper want with militia camps?
My informant didn't know. Maybe Harper's made a deal with Colonel Nogo.
They're going to attack us to get your pharaoh. They want a full deck, just like we do.
Have the sarcophagus and everything else shipped out of here immediately.
Yes, sir.
What other souvenirs did you bring? Good, good. The records? Did you take the cameras?
No, sir.
What's the good of that? They've probably taken slides or videos of everything, too.
We can't have the photos fall into anyone else's hands.
Fool, go. Get the cameras, go.
I'm getting more and more convinced that the stone column indicates the real tomb and treasure lie in the gorge.
I could have told you that. Why else would Nick Harper be hanging around there? How much do we pay these people to screw up?
All right, stop it. At least we have them in sight. Now all we have to do is wait for the bees to lead us to the honey.
Gone! Everything's gone! Everything's gone! Why?
That's what
No, why? Where's Happy?
He just went to get some
Where's
water. It's
Happy?
okay. He'll be all right.
Happy!
Put me down!
He'll be right back.
Happy! Happy!